If you run a dental, med spa, or high-end wellness practice and you're not consistently bringing in an extra $15,000 to $20,000 per month in revenue from your marketing, this video is going to show you the exact 3-step system that I use to make that happen. So if you're struggling to fill up your calendar and you're wondering why your marketing isn't working, first and foremost, a lot of it has to do with the avenue that you're using. At the end of the day, there are a million marketing efforts that you could be making, but only a couple that deliver new patients quickly, primarily Facebook ads and Google ads. With these platforms, you put in $1, you get $5 out. The second reason that most marketing efforts fail is because of your internal systems. If a patient comes in for a cleaning, what is the treatment plan that you recommend for braces and aligners? If you're a weight loss clinic and you have a patient on weight loss medication, what does the process look like to do blood work and check hormone levels and potentially expand the treatment protocol? In simple terms, it's upselling. Although it's not really upselling, you're just doing your job and making sure that you aren't turning and burning patients, but rather coming up with treatment plans. Most of you are chasing more patients, but not optimizing the patients that you do get. So to boil it down, if you want to add more revenue quickly, run ads and have a better treatment plan process. Now, for the sake of this video, I told you I was going to show you my 3-step process on how that I use to add $15,000 to $20,000 per month to luxury wellness medical practices. So I will just be focusing on the ads part of the problem. Step 1 is Google Ads. While Facebook ads can work, in the past decade that I've been doing marketing, Google ads typically produce better results primarily because of the intent. If someone goes to Google looking for a Botox provider, they are way more likely to convert as opposed to someone who comes across a Botox ad on Facebook. Now, I can't show you how to run your own Google ads. It would take me an entire 40-hour course, so this is assuming that you either know how to run your own Google ads, you've hired someone already who's running your Google ads, or you're planning to learn Google ads in the future. Now, don't think to yourself, well, Sean, if I knew how to run Google ads or had a good company doing it, then I wouldn't be watching this video. And that's wrong. Lots of people know how to run ads, and a lot of you watching this are probably paying an agency to run your ads, but you're not getting any more patients. And that's because the ads are the smallest part of the process or the problem. However, I will give you a couple of takeaways here that you need to make sure that you have in place, or your Google ads will never work. First and foremost is set up conversion tracking properly. For both phone calls and form submissions, Google Ads can't optimize if you don't have a way to track this. I highly suggest looking into platforms such as What Converts or CallRail. Secondly, always set your objectives in Google Ads to optimize for conversions. You don't want clicks, you want leads. And lastly, never ever use broad match for your keywords. Now, this list could go on. These 3 serve as a really good foundation. So now let's assume that you have a good amount of traffic flowing to your website from your ads and you're still not getting leads. That's likely because you aren't utilizing step 2, which is the use of landing pages. Now, this is the biggest mistake that I see practices making when it comes to Google Ads. They run traffic directly to their websites instead of a landing page. Now, if you don't know, a landing page is a one-page website that is designed to convert and is tailored to what the user is looking for. So for example, if I go into Google and I type in spinal decompression, ideally I want to land on a page that is all about spinal decompression treatments, not some generic homepage of your website. If I land on a website instead of a landing page, statistically, I am less likely to convert because I get lost in the website. Users will get paralysis of analysis. This is where they start clicking around, reading, etc. They put the phone down or they bounce, right? As opposed to using a high converting landing page, which forces the potential patient down a funnel where all roads lead to converting. Now, a landing page has a strong call to action, a clear offer like free Invisalign consultation or Botox starting at $200. A landing page also has no menus or distractions. And everyone thinks that setting up Google Ads and getting traffic is the hardest part. It isn't. The hardest part is getting that traffic to convert into leads. This is why using a landing page over a website to drive traffic to is so important. So using landing pages increases a metric called conversion rate. And having a good conversion rate matters above all else. If you're running Google Ads right now or paying a company to run your Google Ads, pause this video and go and figure out what your conversion rate is and then come back. If it's less than 10%, one of 2 things are wrong. Either the wrong people are clicking on your ads or the right people are clicking on your ads, and when they land on the landing page or your website in this case, they don't feel compelled to convert. So check this out. Let's say that your cost per click is $10 and your conversion rate is 5%. Well, that means that it takes 20 clicks to get a conversion. Well, 20 clicks at $10 is a $200 cost per conversion, and that's not good. So if you fix the conversion rate by getting the right people to your page, or fix your landing page design, or potentially both, and you can get that conversion rate up to, let's say, 15%, you just cut your cost per lead down to $65 from $200. So as you can see, conversion rate is a massive metric to track. So you're getting a good cost per click, the right people are clicking on your ads, you're sending them to a high converting landing page, and you might be thinking, great, I have leads, I have a good cost per lead at that, and while that might be true, you don't care about leads, you care about patients. These people aren't your patients yet. You or your front office staff have yet to convert them, and this is where 99% of marketing practices and marketing agencies will drop the ball, which is why this takes me to my third step, and undoubtedly the most important, which is lead responsiveness. Now you have two ways that leads can come to you. One is in the form of lead submissions. The other is phone calls. Now, I will preface this by saying you and your office staff can't answer the phones 24/7, 365. So what happens when someone clicks on your ad at Sunday night at 8 p.m. and they want to book an appointment? A lot of times they can't. But what if they could? Better yet, what if someone fills out a form on your website? Do you call the leads? Does your front office staff? When? A day later? Is it all automated? The point I'm trying to make is that you don't have a good process for answering the phone all the time, and you don't have a good process for your lead follow-up. I get it, you don't have time, you're tired of hounding your front office staff to call the leads. So I'll tell you a little secret that my company uses with our clients that we work with, and that's the use of a call center. We use a call center for all of our clients that answers the phone 24/7, 365. They call back the leads from the form submissions right away. And there's also an added bonus that they have a chat box, not a chat bot. So there's a real person that can chat with our clients, potential patients 24/7, 365. The kicker is that they integrate directly with most patient management softwares to be able to book patients directly to our clients' calendars. Now, these services are everywhere and they're surprisingly inexpensive. The call center that we use for our clients is called Joe's Office. It runs about $100 a week. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link down in the description below. So how exactly does this translate to adding an extra $15,000 per month to your practice? So let's do some math. Let's say you spend $2,500 a month on Google Ads. You get a cost per click of $10, which is pretty standard in this space. Because you have your Google Ads dialed in, you're converting 1 in every 5 clicks because your landing page is killer, and your cost per lead is $50. This equals 50 leads. Your close rate is now at 90% as opposed to a previous, let's say 50%, because every single lead is contacted fast and you're answering the phone 24/7, 365. You book an extra 45 patients. Now, a lot of your first patient revenue, it's gonna range, right? And we're not gonna take into account the LTV of your patients, meaning how many patients are coming back to you over the next year or two. But if we assume that the initial visit cost is around $300, you've just added $13,500. So you spent $2,900, $400 on a call center for the month, $2,500 a month in ad spend. That gives you a 5x ROI. And once you have the system dialed in and you want to add even more patients, you just raise the ad spend. This is the magic, guys. Like, don't get caught up in the shiny object syndrome of trying TikTok or putting your ads on the back of receipts at grocery stores. Get in front of your potential patients who are actively looking for your services. Have a killer landing page that really compels those potential patients to convert, and have a system to respond to those leads all the time and fast. It's really that simple. My next video is going to be all about, how to adjust your current patient marketing so you can grow your practice even further. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.